Hi there and welcome. I'm Dr. Cherie, and today is Coaching Live with Dr. Cherie. I'm called the mother of coaching because I've been coaching for 44 years and I have over 10,000 hours of coaching with people around the world. And it is my passion and the purpose of my life. So today I'm very fortunate, and so are you, to be able to observe a session with Pat.
Yes.
And Pat has been working for a multinational corporation for about 36 years. And she's been in the financial area, she's been the CFO, and she has submitted her resignation. So she's about to go out into the world and become independent. I don't think you're stopping working quite yet.
No, I have a lot of projects.
She has lots of projects and she probably has a whole new career. So today is going to be a session with Pat, and we're happy to invite you into this session with us. Thanks for being here. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
So what's our focus today?
Yeah, I think about something that I got feedback, how to become unattached to emotion and expectation.
Okay, becoming unattached to emotions and expectations. Can you give an example of what you're talking about?
I feel like I want to have the peace in mind,
Yes.
stable,
Mm-hmm.
calm, not allergy, easily, or just perhaps swing between the pain and pleasure.
Okay, so it sounds like your triangle that you drew here on the paper, the very top is peace, and that's your objective.
Mhm.
And in the bottom 2 points, you swing between pleasure and pain. Is that right?
Right.
Now, go ahead.
I think I have done well to move up to the peace,
Yes.
calm, cool, that kind of
Yeah.
state of emotion.
Yeah.
But sometimes I notice the tickle
A tickle.
and trickle.
A trickle.
Right, a
What's
trickle.
a trickle?
Like for example, if I don't get the people doesn't see things the same way as I see.
Oh, is that a trigger?
I think so.
Okay,
Because,
so when people don't see things the same way that you do, it kind of triggers you?
yeah, in particular when it is important for me or for my company.
Okay, so if it's important for you or your company, there's some sort of a trigger. What's the feeling?
I feeling why they don't understand, why they don't give that priority.
Okay, so you don't understand them.
I don't understand them, but I want them to understand me, and then we move forward to
Okay.
get the problem solved.
Okay, so the feeling inside you at the moment when it sounds irritated,
A little I'm angry.
angry. You're angry at them because they don't understand why this is so important to you.
Because then we will be delay on the project,
Okay,
the achievement, the milestone that we can.
okay. So there's an example that you were going to share with me, is that
Yeah,
right?
I can. For example, I run the project that are very important to my company to really change the landscape to the new level.
Yes.
So I have to borrow the money
Mhm.
for the company, but the authority is not with me, with the global. So for their function, when people want to get money from me, another function, the same function has to borrow the money from external from me. So when we talk about the implementation project, I work in the planning process. So when I see things that, okay, by mid of this year, for example, by October,
Mm-hmm.
I will need this money in. So I really work on the landscape together with the local bank,
Mm-hmm.
file bank, pay preparation, submit to them because they have the authority. When I submit to them, wait for January, February, nothing happened. They ask for more information, that kind of thing.
What's your feeling when that happens?
I was angry.
Angry.
And I said, what should I do different?
Yeah.
Yeah, what should I do different to make them understand? Stop asking. Ask me that what I want and what can we do together.
So it sounds like delays make you angry
Right.
because you want, excuse me if I'm putting words in your mouth, but it sounds like you want control of the situation and you want it to go your way.
Not exactly.
No, okay.
Because I'm working for company, not
Yeah.
my own stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so it is not for my own benefit.
I understand.
Yeah, so it is for the company and everyone should come to study, and actually easily makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, but they perhaps not see us as priority.
Okay. So your priorities are not their
I
priorities.
think so.
So it may have an urgency for you, but there's no urgency for them.
Yeah,
You want it to happen in this time frame, and they say, later, we'll get around to it. We need more documents. We need more information. And it starts making you angry.
yeah. For example, they asked that why it was not in budget, and they said the requirement of the money also not in budget, so it's something like that. And I give them a lot of time to prepare. So I get the problem solved, learning something that I learned politician technique. I need to go one by one outside the meeting.
Okay.
And then when it comes to the meeting, I get a more of consensus and then start to move, but very super slow. And I kind of, what happened? It get me extra stress.
So if I hear you correctly, you've learned something out of this experience, which is the political system. Going to each individual outside the meeting and getting them on your side
Right.
to see it from your point of
Right.
view, getting the urgency of the project,
Right.
so that when everybody comes together in the same meeting, they'll move forward on it, which is the intention.
Right. The condition that quite specific of this one is that it is not a local environment.
Okay.
Not when I see you and we discuss, I have no problem. But when it talk about global,
So how many countries is this involving? A lot.
2 countries.
Oh, just 2.
2
Okay.
countries. But my cross function.
Yes.
So many people involved, but I am the local owner.
Okay.
So I have more responsibility to explain to them.
Mm-hmm.
Start zero from all over again. Everyone want things from me, but not good enough support. That's how I feel.
Not enough support. So
Not timely support.
no timely
Yeah.
support.
So when I drive, I have no choice. So I escalate to lead to the certain level of people. So now it become easy, but I have to make a bad girl or something like that. So
So does this situation, how to become unattached to the emotion and the expectation, does it relate to this situation? Because it sounds like you mastered this. You did a great job.
I do, but I just feel like how I don't angry at first hand.
Okay, so you don't want to get angry initially.
Right.
You want to be able to do the political thing that you learned well and not let it get to you.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process, whatever comes.
Okay.
But how come it trigger me that I become annoyed,
Okay, so you want to know why the trigger. And I bet you've been thinking about that.
Yeah, and when I think about it, what could be the outcome that I think any mindset, any attitude, or any motivation
Okay.
I can carry along.
Mindset, attitude,
or
motivation. Great.
You are okay, I'm okay, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the motivation, I get out of my way when I find, okay, in this case, I might need to beg for them because they haven't seen. I explore it, but I just think that any other thing to motivate me at the beginning,
Yeah. Anything to motivate you at the beginning.
that not get angry.
To not get angry. So
Get angry.
to motivate you to not get angry. Now, have you had a situation in the past, and I bet you have in 36 years,
Right.
a situation where you handled it the way you would like to handle it, as your very best self? Tell me about that one.
I normally I see myself as a person who can anticipate the potential risk, potential opportunity
Yeah.
quite ahead of the other people. So I learned that I need to manage my communication properly. Otherwise, they will feel like I am point out something they haven't seen. So I managed to explain more in the past.
Okay, so the managing your communications properly is something that you've done effectively in the past, but you didn't do in this situation. Is that
because
correct?
they are remote area.
Because they're remote.
And when they ask even more. So I cannot cope with those kind because other people who is stakeholder in between,
Yes.
they should also do their job. But I'll come back to me. I feel, and my boss, actually, the missing piece is that my division boss. Normally, when I talk to him, he will clear the part for me.
Yeah.
He left the company.
Oh.
So I feel like, why everything has to be back on me.
So with your division boss leaving the company, everything fell on your shoulders. And now you had to manage all the parts of it. So in the past, when you handled it well and you could manage your communications properly according to your standards, you had that division boss present.
Yes.
He could clear the way and you could execute.
Right.
With him gone, it made it much more difficult.
Much more difficult because I don't have the better visibility who are they along the other side.
So the outcome has been frustration, anger, some lessons learned about implementing the politics and isolating each individual before the meeting. Is this going to be a problem in your future because you're leaving the company?
Not in the environment of the company.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. Because when I leave the company, I still don't know the expectation. The emotional will come. So how can I really
Okay, so since you
understand myself better?
Yeah, got it. Since you've been thinking about this, and we're not going to have the division boss in your future, right? He's not going to be following.
Going to be the boss.
You're the boss. What can you do to, as you said before, you're really good at anticipation and anticipating potential risks. What can you do to take that quality of yours and implement it in the future?
I still don't have clear mind yet.
Okay.
Because if I go on with another company,
Yeah.
I might have, I have more skill. I will even study more what other approach. But I am going to early retire and going to the new landscape. So I kind of what is next for me.
Okay, so ideally, paint the picture for me of going to this new landscape and how you would show up as a person.
I think I will be more tolerant.
More tolerant. Okay, what else? What else?
More asking forward thinking, like agreement upfront.
Okay.
Clarify, I call it P alignment. Whoever will be client or that should have the P alignment. P alignment.
P alignment.
What's
the P for?
The expectation before the alignment.
Pre-alignment. Okay, got it. Pre-alignment. All right.
Even before the official time comes.
Okay, so
I prepare to get out of my way when I see things people not see yet, perhaps. Really prepare for that.
anything else that you want to include in this setting yourself up for success in being unattached to both the emotions and the expectations?
I learned the trigger of my anger more. What drives me angry, like maybe they don't have the same base of knowledge because those group and global, they don't have the same understanding of the local activity. So I should explain other people their skill more, but I still feel why it is me. Why?
It's your trigger. Is that right?
Yeah, I feel like I need to go to extra mile. So I feel like it is fair for me. Something. But come back to the question that what should I do really different? I can think about those reason that I explained to you, and also learn that don't overreact. What else I have? Don't overreact. Those kind of attitude that I'm okay, you are okay. I have quite a number that zero expectation or but one trigger I used to have that when people misunderstanding me in the past,
Is that a trigger?
I don't bother.
You don't bother.
I don't bother because I feel like it is their job to see the real thing.
Okay. Is
But
that
I think that in the right now, I think I like to make not don't allow other people to misunderstanding me.
okay? So let me just recap for you what I hear you saying, because I think it would help me, it might help you, but it's going to help me for sure. When we look at why the trigger, it seems like the trigger is related to being misunderstood.
Yes,
And when people don't understand you, it hits something deep inside you.
right.
And probably there's more work to do on that,
Right.
the misunderstanding piece, seeing if we can track it back to where it started and what the feeling is about being misunderstood. I know there's anger, but there may be more to it. There may be some sort of diminishment or something, that feelings not honored, not respected, not something like
In
that.
particular, I can capture that when they have higher authority.
Okay, so when authority figures don't misunderstand you, it's a serious trigger.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes I even explain. If they don't understand, I escape.
okay, so this is a really good topic to be able to pursue and go into more in depth. But what I think, and tell me if I'm right, I think some of your takeaways are, you want to be more tolerant of people, you want to clarify expectations up front, you want to do some pre-alignment up front so that you can see if you're aligned with them in terms of expectations, deliverables, timeframes, and the amount of information that's required. You want to ask for agreement up front. Also use your skills of anticipation, which you're very strong in. And don't overreact.
But you see, the trigger for this one in particular, when after a while I don't get the people really react the same on the time frame.
Right.
And at the moment I feel like, no, I cannot accept. So I did my white card. I did my white card. What does it mean? Is that, hey guy, if you don't give me that, I can't give you those.
Okay, so that's your wild card.
My white card.
And your wild card you're going to throw down, which is called, you don't give it to me, I won't give it to you.
This is my call.
So it's consequence
This is my
management.
call.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I feel like the people quite shocked the way I appear more aggressive.
And you don't like that.
I don't like that.
Okay.
If I can have other way to do.
All right. Another way. So how important is this to you?
Which one, the white card or?
That getting a hold of this trigger that has to do with being misunderstood by authority figures and causes this reaction in you.
I feel like if I understand myself better,
Yeah.
not trigger me,
Yeah.
it might help me to cool when I deal with this kind of situation in the
Okay.
future,
All right.
and not make people scary at me that where my white card.
You don't want to scare people. Okay, so what do you want to give yourself for homework?
I may ask them more that if I want to get something done with certain timeline, this is what I prepare for you. What else you want from me?
Great.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, and then discuss one by one action.
Great.
Before.
Now, what can I do to support you?
Make me understand myself better.
Okay, so I'll give you a piece of homework and you can say yes or no.
Okay.
I would like you to look closely at the history of authority figures who didn't misunderstand you.
I did.
And?
I did. It looked like about 8 times in my past.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our next session.
This one.
Great, that's fabulous. That's our next session, to really go in depth and examine what it is about that.
It starts from my mom.
I'm not surprised. Okay.
It starts from my mom.
So these are the discoveries here.
Okay.
All right. How are you about our session? Good?
I feel like explore understand, but I still feel like I need to work for solution.
Yeah, there's some more work to be done on this one. But thank you so much for volunteering for our session today.
Thank you very much.
So you may have experienced something like this in your life where you were frustrated, irritated, even angry at somebody else who had different expectations than you did about a project, about the deliverables. Maybe it was a cultural difference, maybe it was a difference with somebody in the same family. But in these situations, what we can learn from Pat is to do a lot of pre-work up front and to check out what the other person's ideas, planning, expectations are, to be able to move forward in a very strategic way so that both of you can come out at the end in a win-win situation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So today, you might be resolving something like this. And if you do, if you have, please feel free to send me a message on Facebook or to my email, drcheriecs@gmail.com, or you can let us know on any kind of social media that you have a question or a comment or that you'd like to be coached. We're here to help, and we're here to help you, number one, resolve your issues, and also to become better coaches. So thanks for joining us, and don't forget on Sunday that I have happy hour with Michael, my dear partner and husband and soulmate, who lives and travels and works with me happily around the world, and we're happy to share with you some of the things that we get into that are a little bit breakdowns, just like anticipation, expectation, and emotion. Don't forget that. So join us on Sunday, and thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you soon in the future.